who's got the biggest prize of all, right? When you know,
that's right, God. God first.
He's got the biggest prize of all.
Amen. My name is Joe Fazio. I'm one of the executive directors in this really cool project called Lifewave. And it was put in front of me about a year and a couple months ago by my dear brother in Christ, Carl Firestone. He did some work in my house. I politely told him no 3 times over a period of about 6 to 8 weeks. And it wasn't until somebody on his Facebook page posted about a spouse who had significant range of motion improvement by wearing this X39 patch, and that got my attention. My sister has MS, and I quickly invested in this product for her, and she is doing so much better. Granted, I'm not going to say she's healed. She's by no means healed, but she's doing so much better, and she absolutely loves being on this patch. So one of the coolest things I've seen since I've been in this company is this statement from the New England Journal of Medicine that says the number one indicator of wellness is directly correlated with the number of stem cells in the bloodstream. So obviously the $1 million question is, how do you get more stem cells in the bloodstream? Well, the cool thing is David Schmidt invented this. It's a 20-year-old company, and he spent $4.5 million in about 5 years developing the X39 patch. And one of the grandfathers of GHK copper peptide study is a doctor by the name of Lauren Picard. If you were to Google Dr. Lauren Picard, you would see all sorts of information on how that is the one amino acid that is responsible for bringing back stem cells back to life. Because I'm 60, Carl's approaching 60, and we learned that by the time you're 60 years old, most, if not all, of your stem cells have gone dormant. So if you look at this highlight, GHK is a human copper binding peptide with biological actions that appear to counter aging-associated diseases. And look at the other one at the bottom. GHK has been recommended as a treatment for metastatic cancer, chronic obstructive lung disease, inflammation, acute lung injury, activating stem cells, pain, and anxiety. So my family has been wearing this patch for about a year. My back pain went away. It's sciatica. It was debilitating. It went away in 3 weeks. My hip irritation is no longer there. I thought I was going to have to get a hip replacement. It was that bad. But now I can't feel any pain in my hip, so that's pretty cool. My wife's testimonials are even greater. Her hair stopped falling out. She has thyroid issues. She had restless leg syndrome. Much, much better. She also has celiac, so we've learned to eat a gluten-free diet for the last 18 years. She no longer has to do that. She's been on the patch now for about a year, and she is not being irritated when she eats wheat or gluten. So we're seeing miracles every single day. This is David Schmidt. He is the owner and CEO. It's really cool that he's the inventor, but he's also the CEO of Lifewave. He's got over 150 patents, and now, all of those patents, he's been specializing in age reversal. So his first patch, this one on the right here, was the energy enhancer, and he contracted with the Navy SEALs to wear this patch so that they wouldn't have to utilize amphetamines, caffeine, or uppers on their underwater missions. He still, to this day, 20 years later, delivers these patches to the U.S. Navy. And what's really cool, in fact, my buddy Rich Tillman, who's another former Notre Dame football player, along with my alma mater, we found this study. In fact, if you were to Google it, you could look up the Lifewave Troy State Athletics study on these energy enhancer patches. They are absolutely incredible. For the athletes on the phone, for people that work out, you should really try the energy enhancer. And I did want to show you what this study entailed. 225 flat bench press, rep until failure. They had 25 athletes go through this study of 2 days, and they had to bench press 225 until their body experienced failure. Well, the first group was the control group. They didn't have any patch on them whatsoever. They were just as is. Then the next group was the placebo group, they put a patch on their body and it was filled with water, so it was a fake patch. The third group was a test group. These are the folks that had the Lifewave Energy Enhancer patch on them, but nobody knew who was the placebo and who was the test group. Well, look what happened after a 2-day study. There was an 8.9% increase in performance for the control group. They had no patch on whatsoever. Maybe it was just in their mind that they were part of this study. The placebo group, this was the fake patch that was filled with water, 13.8% increase in their bench press. But look what happened with the test group. These are the folks that have the Lifewave patch on. Pretty extraordinary. A 43.2% increase in performance benching 25 pounds. So that's a pretty cool study. It's on Google. It's on MSN. You could look it up. Just Google Lifewave Troy State study, and you'll be able to see this out there. So then David got into stem cell research, and he was successful in patenting the X39. And whenever I'm approaching people about this concept, I always start with the product, but you have to have access to this patent. You have to show it to them, you have to hand it to them, and you have to ask them to read the abstract because it truly is extraordinary. So how it works, X39 is non-transdermal. I think everybody on here knows what non-transdermal means. There are no chemicals, drugs, stem cells, nothing penetrates your skin. What's really cool about this sentence, though, it's a simple fit into your lifestyle. You don't have to take on anything cumbersome. You don't have to change your ways, your diet, your medicine, anything. All you're doing is putting a Band-Aid on your body. That is very easy to do. Your body emits heat in the form of infrared light. You know, God created us. We are all beings of light, so we all have a little bit of infrared light inside of our bodies. That light gets trapped in the patch. He designed the patch with a frequency to target the GHK and GHK copper peptides, which, as we've learned, are proven to wake up your dormant stem cells. Also pluripotent, so it can become any cell in the body. And when God created us, and before the beginning of time, our very first cell was a stem cell. So that's pretty cool. David Schmidt likes to say you should not have to take drugs forever in order to feel better. So I think everybody knows, I think everybody on here is a brand partner. You know where to put the patch. I put it on the back of my neck. My wife puts it 2 inches below her belly button, 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So those are just a few of the things I wanted to cover. The testimonials are extraordinary. Dr. Peck, one of the anesthesiologists on our team, says, I can say without a doubt, this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime. I want to skip down to the part about this business, because whenever I approach people, whenever you approach people, as soon as they learn that this is a person-to-person direct sales, some call it an MLM, and some even go so far as to say, oh, it's a pyramid. And I was like, well, actually pyramids are illegal, and I've been in corporate America for over 40 years, and if anything is a pyramid, it's traditional marketing, because the CEO of my corporation will make the most money, and the frontline managers will make the least amount of money. So that's pretty much describes a pyramid. But what I love about this company right here, Lifewave, 20 years old, proven, it's not a fly-by-night company. They handle the patents, the manufacturing, the website, the marketing, the shipping, the guarantee, money-back guarantee. They handle the customer service. They handle the payout of the commissions, the back office. If you try to do that on your own, you are going to spend tons and tons of money. And Frank, if you don't mind, if you could mute your phone, I'd really appreciate that. We are simply heralds for the product and the opportunity. But if somebody approaches you and says, nah, I don't want to do that because it's an MLM, they really have to ask themselves, what happened? I mean, did they get burned? Did another company go out of business on them? Because this is patented, that really gives us an advantage. The passive residual income that we're starting to experience right now is absolutely extraordinary.
Guys, because of what Joe just shared, we all know, and just we're reminded that this is an incredible product, okay? Patent protection, the whole 9 yards, it's getting results. 96 to 97% of people who wear it consistently, persistently get results. So we don't have to worry about the product. Now we're going to shift over to the opportunity. So if we have a confidence level with the product and it's going to do its job, then we're on here to talk about the business opportunity and say, okay, now that we know we have a good product, we have a wonderful leadership in David, corporate team, all that's already in place. How do we really maximize the opportunity and compensation? And that's what Joe asked me to share with you briefly tonight. So on the screen, this is going to be a way for you to speed up time, okay? Diamond Manager, there's a position in the company. It's the first position. You may be aware, maybe not if you're new. It's called Manager. And that means essentially you're going to put 2 people on your left team and 2 people on your right team, all on auto ship, and they're going to have to come in at a silver kit or above. And I wanted to, I call it Diamond Manager. I share with my team how to go Diamond Manager. It's still within the compensation plan, but this is going to speed up time for all of us. Because let's face it, we all get paid on volume. The amount of volume that is moving through our organization is how we get paid. It's how we earn income. So the more volume, the more income. So wouldn't it make sense to promote the larger startup packs just from a pure, business standpoint? Yes, it would. And here's some of the benefits of the Diamond packs, you guys, they're compelling, okay? First of all, if you come in at Diamond or upgrade to Diamond, you get a $500 bonus when you sign up your first Diamond, and every one of your diamonds within that first 90 days of you going Diamond. So it's my hope that you would set a goal in the first 90 days to at least sign up 4 diamonds and go Diamond Manager. And look at how efficient and productive signing up 4 diamonds is versus, say, let's go with 20 golds. You would have to sign up 20 golds packages, people, prospects, to get the same volume and product introduction bonuses as you would in 4 diamonds, okay? It's going to take you 5 times the amount of time, effort, focus, energy to do that. So speed up time. And oftentimes, people won't come in at the diamond pack right out of the gate, and that's okay. We understand people are really struggling financially, and they're looking for ways to cut. But what we found is, if you at least share the diamond pack and the benefits of the diamond pack, at least they know when they're in a position to do that. It's easier for them to pull back from memory and say, oh, I remember what Joe said about that diamond pack. That's really for serious entrepreneurs. That's the one I really need to get to as soon as I possibly can. And some of the other key benefits of Diamond, you get those $500 bonuses every time you sign a Diamond. You also get 90 days of your subscription requirements are met inside that Diamond pack. So what that means is you have no other investment in your business for a 3-month period. Okay? That's worth about $600 right there. And you get the product at the cheapest amount that you possibly can in order to launch your business. You get a lot of product, 19 sleeves of X39, and it sets you up to win in the business when you go out to share and patch people, and even more importantly, to place sleeves with the people that you sign up. They like to have something in their hands after you get them enrolled. And here's the enrollment sheet. After you get them enrolled, and you get them in your business organization, you want to place product with them. I always place a sleeve or 2 or 3 so that people have product to wear that day or start the next morning, and it launches them, right? They're excited, they got some product, and then when their kit comes in, initial order diamond pack, 2, 3, 4 days later, they simply replace those to you. So it's a place and replace loaner program, if you will. And that works well for people that are local to you, of course. So, but the other people, they can wait 2 days. FedEx gets it there in no time, and they're on their way. But just as an efficiency and to speed up time for you, always bring up that diamond pack. And we really spend a lot of time on the diamond pack when we're sharing because of all those key benefits. Now, if somebody says they simply can't do it or won't do it, that's okay. Start them out at gold. If they want to earn income, start them out at gold. Get them on subscription right away, so they're on 2 sleep subscriptions, so it maximizes the comp plan for them going forward. And subscription is key, you guys. Just think of subscription this way. Subscription is your residual income. When you sign up on subscription, your points start to bank in your back office. Points turn into dollars, and you want to make sure that you're getting all the benefit of everybody that comes in after you, and those points from underneath you will all start to show up in your back office as people place personal orders, their subscriptions, and new people sign up with whatever packs they come in. Everybody that gets in after you, everything that's ordered after you counts to your team commissions if you're on subscription. If you're not on subscription, those points, it's like you never even existed. Those points flow right through you and to your upline, and it's powerful. Okay, so just remember this: subscription, or auto ship, some people call it, is your residual income, and it's the key to advancing and holding rank. So I can't stress enough how important it is to be on subscription, auto ship, and never look back. And then just get to the point where you say, okay, that's part of my investment in my business. And Joe and I talk about this from time to time. Instead of buying trucks or buildings or rents or employees, this is part of our investment in our business. It's $200 a month, okay? That's your outgo, your ongoing investment in your business. And you guys, you can take that to the top rank in the company. So your subscription, your overhead, your monthly overhead stays flat as your revenue grows. As your business grows, your revenue grows. So in traditional business, it's totally opposite. As your revenue, you try to grow that top line, guess what else is growing? It's all those expenses, headaches, time away from family. Oh, my word. So this is key. And this is the beauty of this business. So I love that you're sharing, breakthrough with people when they say, oh, it's one of those, or they just don't understand that this is the answer for the masses. The compounding residual nature of this type of business is unlike anything that Joe and I have ever seen. It's a pretty special animal, and with a product like X39, patented, 16 more years to go, and leadership and David Schmidt, you guys, we're sitting on an absolute gold mine.
Carl, I know some really cool things are coming down the pike. David Schmidt says we're not just a patch company, we are a technology company. So I've learned over the year that 96% of people get a benefit from wearing the X39 patch. I'll be candid and frank, I've got some friends who put the patch on and did not get a benefit in a couple months, and they got very discouraged and they stopped wearing it. One of the gals drinks a lot of Diet Coke and eats candy and junk, and I said, hon, you got to clean up your eating a little bit, right? You got to drink a lot of water. You got to add a good quality electrolyte to your water. So a couple things. Can you give us a hint of what's coming both in the area of electrolytes and maybe technology?
Yeah, David, great question. David is launching 2 new products for us, all patented. The first one that you alluded to, the powder mix, is an electrolyte that he's patented and proven that it supports stem cell rejuvenation and growth. And in conjunction with this, the numbers are exciting too. So we'll be able to add that those elements to our patching. And then the second one, this is being launched in Dallas in just a couple months. The second one is very exciting. My wife is on a free trip right now that she earned with Lifewave in Greece. And David spoke from stage in the cruise ship, and he said that this product is already patented, it's already manufactured, it's going to be launched in the fall, and it has 100% result benefit for everybody that they've tested it on, and it happens within minutes. Not days, weeks, or months, but minutes.
That's pretty exciting.
I don't know what it is, but I trust his judgment just because, I've been around him a little bit and really, seated in this this business for a while, and I can't hardly sleep at night thinking about. And that's to our benefit, you guys. That's not just to David Schmidt's benefit. We are his sales force, and we get to partake in 60% of the gross revenue that's coming into this company, which this year will be over $600 million, next year over $1 billion, no doubt. And 60% of gross revenue is paid back to the brand partners because we herald the message.
That's outstanding. Thank you. I've been an entrepreneur, a businessman for about 40 years. I graduated from Notre Dame's business school. I think the key thing that really jazzes me about this is that I could walk away from Lifewave today and not tell one other person about this really cool stem cell activation. And that 4-figure commission is just going to keep coming in week after week after week. Everyone on this call can get there. You just have to open your mouth and talk about this really cool product. The other thing I've learned is timing in business is very, very critical. You all know that this is a binary. I filled up my binary a long, long time ago. So the person I just enrolled last week is way, 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 way down on that tree somewhere. I would encourage you, if you've got people on the fence thinking about this, just let them know that timing in business is everything. At least get a position. Don't worry about trying to learn everything or what to say or the buzzwords. Just get in. You've got a lot of God-fearing people around you who are going to help you. There's training just about every day that you can plug someone into and listen to the presentation. Steve and Gina Merritt have built 2 websites on our behalf. We get to leverage that with our prospects as well as our brand partners. The thisisitteam.com has just fantastic training on it. If you go to YouTube and you subscribe to This Is It Team, you will see every single presentation and training session that they've ever done. There's a library of training. There's a library of presentations. You'll kind of latch on to the people that you like their style. Well, I'm just being transparent. I don't like everybody's style that presents. I'm kind of biased every Thursday night with Kathy and Carl Firestone. That's a fantastic presentation. They're down
Text in the mail.
Yeah. They're not carnival. They're not Amway-like. They're just real about this concept, and that's really what excites me and my wife. So I just wanted to make mention that, guys, we are onto something very big. If you've got people on the fence, really, really press upon them that this is it, and they should really get a position in the business, even if they're not 100% knowledgeable about what to say.
What I've learned over the years doing this business model is our goal is to sift and sort people quickly. Okay, there's like 2 different tracks to this business. One is product heavy and testimony heavy and benefit heavy of the product, and so many people need this. So many people need this. Everybody that has a stem cell need this, right? So, and then there's the opportunity side. So as business builders, you guys, I've got to tell you, if you want to grow faster, you've got to share the opportunity with people, and and it's easy to do, and I've done it too, so I'm not pointing fingers. Please don't misunderstand me. Don't get stuck just on the product and the benefits of the product, because what we've learned is people will say, okay, they're pitching me a product. It may be a great product, but right now I can't figure out how to pay the light bill or the water bill, or they're looking at it as an expense. So the shift comes in when you can share an opportunity of a lifetime for somebody that is struggling financially, that can get in for a few $100s. $4.99 is the gold pack. They can get on 2 sleeve auto ship, and they can quickly earn that back and start building a freedom generating residual income that compounds quickly for their family. You guys, it's a different track. People are getting more excited about the opportunity side, right or wrong, because they're struggling. They're looking for answers. They're looking out there in their marketplace and their work, their career, and they're like, man, this is not what it was cracked up to be, not what it used to be, not what I thought it was going to be. So make sure that as we share the product and its benefits, that we equally get excited about the opportunity for financial freedom and some revenue coming into the family, because they need both. They need both.
The product is so real. It was so real for me. So real for my wife. We've had people on our team that have had, one lady has scoliosis, and she also had bursitis in both hips. Sat there crying at a kitchen table because she is so happy. I believe that it is just giving people an opportunity to have life that they haven't had in some time. The help is phenomenal. People answer the questions that you have and fill you in with the information, and it's just the way to go. And getting started sooner than later is the way to do it.
And along those same lines, we've had 2 people that we know personally that just did not want to endure the pain they were experiencing. They wanted to leave this earth. It got that bad. And when someone knocked on their door and gave them an X39 patch, a couple weeks later, they have a new lease on life. They totally changed their mindset, and now they want to live. So that is just really, really cool, the way God worked in those people's lives. Who's next?
I was in the orthopedic business for a long time, and prior to that, I was in the ophthalmology business, and I would sell medical devices, not similar to this, but medical devices. And when I put a knee in or a hip in or whatever, I got paid a commission. When that ended, unfortunately, that patient kept wearing it the next month, but my commission was front-loaded, so I didn't make anything extra, even though that patient was enjoying that knee or that hip or whatever for many months to come. So imagine a business now when you start somebody on X39 and they start on their what I call medical devices or patches. You get paid that month, then you get paid the next month, then you get paid the next month, then you get paid the next month. So that residual part of the business is a far better way to sell medical devices than selling them one, getting a commission, and that's it. And so when you build, that's why the money's so great as you go along. You're building on top of each other, And I tell you, you can't, like you said, you cannot have a better business model than this. Absolutely.
How many years have you and Kathy been in this business?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. And this is the most recent 5 weeks in the business.
Holy cow.
Part-time. We're still working this part-time, and it's been a huge blessing for our family, as you can see, and got me out of this Florida heat and construction, which was killing me early and often. And we're very, very thankful and grateful, but we want to show you that it's real, and if this makes you nervous a little bit or a little intimidated, please don't be. Whatever your goal is, 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week, whatever would change your family, then set that for yourself, and then don't feel like this is something that you personally have to shoot for. We didn't have a target for this. We just kept sharing on a daily basis, and it's just been incredible. It's just been absolutely incredible, and that's happening in this lousy economy. So this is our product landing page, right? This is it, info, and then right at the top header there, if you can see my mouse flying around up there, you can see the testimonials. You click on that, and then there's a bunch of them in there.
Yeah, by category.
By category, yeah.
Play around with your back office. Go to Store, and then scroll down to Maintenance Kits. And if you wanted a little bit more inventory that takes care of 6 months worth of subscription, these maintenance kits, you're going to get the per price sleeve is probably going to be more economical than anything else you would buy individually. If you want to go from silver to gold, or gold to diamond, you go to Store, you scroll all the way down to Upgrade Kits, you click Continue, and then you choose Diamond. This person happens to be a gold, so we would want them to go to Diamond. You click Select, and then it's going to ask you to start selecting patches, and you will see the green bar at the bottom. It'll be yellow if you don't have enough. It'll be red if you have too many, but it'll be green when you have the right proportion, and then you can click Continue and move on from there. So a lot of people don't know how to upgrade, but I wanted to go over that again. You go to Store and then Upgrade Kits. And if you don't have the mobile app, I would highly recommend, whether you have Android or Apple, download the Lifewave mobile app onto your phone. It's got some wonderful media, some videos. You can learn all about what the product IceWave does. There are 4 videos about IceWave. Also, you can go to YouTube and just Google David Schmidt IceWave, and you'll see all about how this is on par with OxyContin and codeine. It's that powerful, and yet there's no drug, there's no addictive effect to the IceWave.
Those 2 patches, guys, those you can wear for a 24-hour period, too. So you get double the benefit. Even though there's half the application, you get double the benefit because you can wear those for 24 hours. So
you can put them back on.
Or you can take them off and put them back on. But, when I hit my head 2 weeks ago today, I felt like my head was about to burst right afterwards. It was so painful. And even though I had ice on it, it was just horrible. And Rich put the IceWave on the bottoms of my feet, the tan on the left, the white on the right. I went from a 10 to a 5. It still wasn't good enough. Then he put the tan on my wrist, on the acupressure points on my wrist. And within 30 seconds, I had 0 pain. 0. And my son looked at me. I mean, he's so worried about me that I've got a brain bleed, whatever. And I looked at him, I said, I don't hurt anymore. And he looked at me and goes, really? I said, the pain's gone. I mean, I always carry IceWave with me because it's another tool in my toolbox. I've only used it 5 times since we joined. But I'll tell you what, when you have it and you need it, it is amazing. Amazing.
And use the brochure too, Ginger, right? Have the brochures that come with every patch for product placement. Because let people know, just follow the product placement inside the brochure that comes with the patch, or they're going to be calling you, asking you, and tell them they're going to have to play with it because you have to move it around to find the best points, those acupressure points that signal that light and give you the relief that you need. But IceWave, you guys, is a big deal. Microwave, right? It's a microwave society. If somebody's in pain, make sure you have those on hand because that can wake them up and say, wow, what is this? Now, that won't repair the damage. That'll just give them relief, so they still will need X39 to regenerate and repair the damage. But that's a wonderful, wonderful tool in our toolbox.
It is.
So my golden retriever, my 5-year-old golden retriever, was running around in the backyard misbehaving and tore a ligament in her right rear knee. And so I took her to the vet, and vet felt of her knee and said, "Yep, she's torn her ligament." And she said, "I don't do that kind of surgery. What kind of doctor does knee surgery?"
Orthopedics.
Yeah, but she said there's a traveling doctor that comes around and does those surgeries for me. And I said, "How much is that?" And she said, $5,000. And I said, "Yeah, I'll think about it." Go home, and I take Sadie's collar and put a patch on the inside of it. So now the patch is backwards, which we all know will work that way. Mm-hmm. 3 days, limp was gone. Now that was 6 months ago. She's still on the patch. But there is absolutely, she runs like a deer. And absolutely no limp in that knee whatsoever.
Well, it's interesting. When my sciatica went away after 3 weeks, we have a lot of chiropractors and MDs involved in Lifewave. I think everybody knows that. I asked Dr. Tony Smith, I said, did the pain just get masked, or did my sciatica really get healed? And he said, "Joe, the latter." He said the irritation that you were feeling was caused by inflammation in that nerve route. The X39, I also put Eon back there as well on my lower back. He said those two combination of patches, which, as you know, they call them the dynamic duo, it reduced the inflammation in that nerve route and triggered regenerative properties. So if anybody's asking, is this just masking the pain? The answer is no. It's actually regenerating that nerve route, which is causing the body to do what God designed it to do, and that's to heal itself.
But what are the difference in the patches?
You want to focus on X39 first and foremost, but as you begin to unfold the other products, which are marvelous too, this is how you want to do it. This is how David explains it. X39 is the star of the show, so we always start everybody and anybody right here on this product. And then if the budget allows and they're not getting fast enough results or good enough results that they want with only X39, then add the second patch, Eon. He calls those the double powerhouse. Those are the two key patches that everybody should be wearing, especially if they have chronic disease or chronic pain, okay? And then the other ones, and what each patch does, some of them share the same placement, some of them don't, so you got to work through the brochures to see where the best placement options are for different patches. But what the patches do differently is each one activates a different peptide by using different specific wavelengths of light. That's what they do. They activate those peptides. Great question. If the budget will allow, then they can add the supporting patches after X39 and Eon, like carnosine, for example. Right, Joe? We get a lot of people with brain trauma, brain issues, brain disease. They're asking, what else can I do? X39 first, Eon, then carnosine, and if the budget allows, right?
Carnosine also lowers A1C. That's been clinically proven. That's carnosine. So I'm assuming the patches are going to even be better than that. I've seen that. So.
Well, the other thing I learned at the convention last year in Orlando is David Schmidt talked for a half hour about heart issues and reversing the age of the heart and improving circulation and the circulatory system. And the one patch that he talked about mostly during that session was carnosine. Mm-hmm. So not only is it good for the brain, it's really good for the heart.
The organs, yes. And Thursday night's testimony will be about the 100-year-old lady, will be about the heart and X39. So see, some of the same benefits can come from different patches. So that's why we always start at the big one, right? Because it covers some of the same issues, right? But yeah, it's a powerful one. I'm excited to have her. I think it's her daughter-in-law that's going to be sharing it. Like if it's an athlete that is, looking to enhance performance, then absolutely X39, 49. But if it's an athlete with chronic inflammation, X39 Eon. Almost always, he says, I think the question to him at the Merritt's house was, David, if you only could pick 2 patches, and he laughed. He said, I've got them all. I wear them all. He said, but if you could only pick 2, what are they? And he described in detail X39 and Eon, because Eon is the inflammation reducer, and X39 increases stem cell production and activity via that GHK copper peptide increase. But what happens is if your body's full of inflammation, a lot of that new stem cell activity gets kind of wasted off, if you will, in fighting the inflammation. So Eon takes care of that, right?
Hey guys, we're at the bottom of the hour. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night and give you the rest of your Friday evening back. We normally like to close with something really compelling from God's Word, one of my favorites. And because we did talk about the income and the financial benefit, comes from Deuteronomy 8:18. It says, you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the power to earn wealth. So that is especially true, and I want to give glory, thanks, and honor to the Lord. And I appreciate y'all being on. We will do this impromptu many times. Tuesday night, I'm going to be on a call at 8:30 p.m. Jim, I'll send you that. That's for a lot of athletes. A lot of Notre Dame players are wearing this patch with great success. Joe Theismann, Rocky Blyer, Big Mike McCoy is on our team. Rich Tillman. So that's Tuesday night. There is a live Zoom almost every single night from the national senior presidential directors. And then don't forget, every Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, Carl and Kathy, in my opinion, do the best presentation. So you want to be on yourself to learn, but you also want to point your prospects to that one. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll do this again soon. Thanks all.
Good night, everyone.
Amen. Thanks.
Good night.